Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew, and what I have for you today is my hat. Stand by. Alright guys, so I've got my black hat, my instructor hat here from the Pathfinder School. You can see the logo right there. Black hats are for instructors, made it through the pipeline and all that good stuff, and we're now teaching at the school. This hat is a survival kit in and of itself. And we can actually put small items in here because it's a Wazoo survival hat. So I'll go ahead and plug Wazoo Survival, check them out, as well as Self-Reliance Outfitters for all the Pathfinder gear that you can get. Now, with this hat, we can put small items in here, but we should typically have things that we carry every day, like some sort of cutting tool, just a cheap knife right here because I lost mine the other day, some cordage, and then maybe a flashlight, as well as that lighter. You know, we have items right here that we can affect survival with, get a fire started, as well as maybe set up a signal or a shelter, put that together, and we can survive with this stuff. It's not going to be the best, but we still can do it. But with this hat, we can actually take even smaller survival items that give us an even greater shot of surviving and put them in this hat. We call it cross-loading in the military. We take small items like fish hooks and wire and all that kind of stuff and just distribute them in amongst our clothing. That way we have them. If we're separated from our gear, we can use those small items to actually affect survival, either get a fish or be able to start a fire or signal for rescue. Now with this hat, as you can tell, I've already got one item that's kind of sticking out, and that is that safety pin. This safety pin we can do a lot with in survival. This is more or less to keep the band back together, because you'll notice here the strap at the back of the hat is Velcro, and I've well worn that down because, as you can tell with the hat, it is very well worn. This used to be jet black, but now it's kind of turning a dark brown color, which is kind of neat. But this hat has been worn over and over and over again. I wear it almost every day when I'm not in uniform, and then on my videos you guys will see me wear this, and especially down at the school. So this hat has had a lot of love and a lot of wear, and so the safety pin, while being a good survival item, is actually here to help the band stay together, and then we can take this out and use this safety pin for a lot of different survival uses. But it's one of those big, large safety pins, so we'll take that out as the first item because it's the most obvious. We've got that safety pin. Turn it into fish hooks, make it into a needle. We can use this to help keep clothing together or as a way to pin bark together if we're making a bark bowl. A lot of good uses for a safety pin right there. And then next, up front here, this patch is on a Velcro or hook pile tape. We can actually take this patch off, and behind it is where I like to keep a lot of fishing hooks, as I lose them, and a lure. As you guys can see, we've got 2 fishing hooks, small ones, and then another fishing hook with some orange paracord on it to act as an improvised lure. So we can use this to go fishing right away with that lure and that hook, or we could use these other 2 hooks and find bait and then rig it up on a hobo reel or a cane pole and go fishing that way. So we've got the hooks on the hook pile tape behind the patch to keep them protected, as well as to protect ourselves from those hooks so we're not hooking ourselves in the head. We've got 3 of those. We'll put our patch back on here. And so that's pretty much the outside of the hat. Just a safety pin and some fishing hooks. This hat, the best part is that it's got a lot of compartments on the inside that we can actually store a lot more gear. As you'll see, they're already kind of falling out here because I have so much stuff. Now, typically with this hat, what I'll carry is fishing equipment, the safety pins, maybe some line and thread, and then ways to start fire. But we can actually put a lot more in here, as you'll see in just a minute. It's not that heavy and not that cumbersome. So let's go to the bill first. There's a nice little compartment right here, again, Velcro, where we can get into and actually place some items. So what I like to put in there are just some Band-Aids. It seems every 6 months or so, I'm cutting myself pretty good. And so having a couple of Band-Aids, these are my favorite type, the waterproof rubber exterior NextCare ones, where they come in different sizes. Actually got a couple more right here, larger ones. These are great, and these are the ones that I took through military survival because they last a long time. Dry off the skin after you get a cut or a laceration, place this on it, hold it on it for about 30 seconds, and then that adhesive will stick, and it stays there through rain or shine for as long as you need it to. I think I've had one on my body for at least 24 hours. So these are great Band-Aids, but I'll have those underneath the bill. Then we have one large compartment right here, and this is where I'll put some fire starting tinder right up front. So I can just grab it when I need it. These are just 2 cubes, Coughlin's cubes, tinder source. And then underneath that, I like to throw a razor blade as a secondary cutting tool in the hat as well. And these will go into a lot of my kits. Again, we have our cheap folder that we can use, but having a secondary razor blade in there as a cutting tool as well as a striker is going to be helpful. Next, we got fishing line wrapped around a keeper. And so this is about 25 feet of line we can use, one to make a hobo reel as well as a cane pole or maybe even a fish trap, or set it up in such a way that we could use this for different traps in the water like a trot line or a night line. But this is going to be 40-pound test fishing line in that subdued green color. So I'll put that with our fishing kit right over here. And then that is it for the main compartment right there. Good to go. And so we've got 2 more compartments on the sides right here, but if you'll notice there is something silver right here, or metal. And this is going to be a needle, a sewing needle. We can use that fish line because it's braided, not monofilament, 40-pound tensile or test line right here. We can use that as thread to sew different things together. I've been out in the woods plenty of times where I go through some thorns and thickets and my entire sleeve tears on my clothing, and I've had to use just improvisational techniques very quickly, like a safety pin or this needle and fishing line, to sew up that clothing, to repair it very quickly on the move. And it has been done before, and I'll probably have to do it again. So I always carry a needle and thread or a needle and fishing line, because that braided line can double as thread to sew up clothing. And so we'll keep that needle. And just as a note, the sharp pointy end was actually behind the flap of the hat, so it's not jabbing us in the head. We're actually protected from the head, again, much like our hooks. All right, so this side, compass, gonna be one of those items. Now, I don't typically carry the compass in the hat. I put it in here for you guys because I typically have one on my watch. Just a quick reference for cardinal directions is all I need. But having another compass or maybe a second compass, check to make sure we're facing the right direction and that we're not off or we're holding the compass too close to our chest. I had a student last time that was holding his compass close to his chest and it was throwing off his azimuth, and turns out he was wearing a neck knife, and that's not a good thing because that metal's going to throw off your compass and then you're going to be off and just go into what I call the sad times, going into a giant circle while you're out there at the land nav course. So compass, going to be one of those items. Again, typically on the wrist. Next is a commando wire saw. These things get a bad rap, but they're actually really cool and they're good for survival. They're gonna last a couple of times. Eventually they're gonna break and give out, but having a cheap one in the hat or at least some sort of other cutting tool, maybe a small saw blade or something like that, is gonna be great because we can take this, turn it into a commando bow saw, and then use it to harvest material for shelter and then take down material. And we can use this saw simply to harvest that good firewood. And then if we have our knife on us, we can create wedges and use a stick as a mallet to actually split out that log and get to the dry stuff inside. If we need it for tinder, feather sticks, we're making a bow drill. So commando wire saw. This is a lightweight one, very easy to use, and it even has the rings on it so we can use it with the toggle method as well. But having some sort of large cutting tool like this is going to be great. I say large even though it's a wire and it's very, very small. This is considered large for a kit like this. So we've got that. Next, got that signaling mirror. We can use this to signal. The best thing about this one is it's metal, so it's not breaking, it's not going anywhere, and it's incredibly thin. And so we can use this to signal for search and rescue. Some of the Wazoo survival hats usually have an orange panel in here. Mine does not. It's old style. And so we're going to use the mirror as our signal. And mirrors have been used for signaling and people getting recovered via signal mirror plenty of times in survival. It's a proven method. So we've got that signal mirror, and that's it for that pocket. And this pocket right here, first thing we've got is just a little bit of wire. That snare wire, this is about 10 feet of 22 gauge brass snare wire, is going to be great for going after small game. We can set up maybe 10 snares with this. All we need is really a foot for a wire to attach it to an anchor point and then create that noose for small game like rabbits. And so this could get us approximately 10 snares, which is just as many as we need. The more snares out, the higher likelihood we have of actually catching game. So even a small bit of wire like this could make the difference in survival to give us 10 traps to get a meal and pull it off the field. Next, we just got that small button light. These are great to have in the kit. I typically carry a headlamp around my neck almost all the time out in the field, unless I'm taking it off for some reason, but it's going to be around the neck, so that way I can just slide it up on the head when the lights go out. But having a small one like this is great so we can be able to see. And you'll notice that even in my everyday carry kit, I have a small flashlight because you never know when the lights go out, the power goes out, and you need to see what you're doing. It's incredibly important sometimes. And if you ever lose anything under your desk as you're signing Article 15s for soldiers, you can pull out this light, find your pen, and go back to ruining people's careers. Having a flashlight is going to be important as part of an everyday carry kit, but then even sliding a small button light like this in our survival hat gives us options as well. And then we've got this, which is a small ferro rod. It's waterproofed in that 100-mile-an-hour tape because I sweat a lot from the head and we don't want this thing falling apart on us. It's an emergency fire starter. So we just have a small ferro rod in here that we're going to waterproof, and this goes along with our tinder to give us fire. So we've got that distributed, but then we have the fire kit in and of itself together, generally in the hat, so we can start a fire that way. And then one of the last items right here is, again, another line keeper, and this is micro cord, 100-pound tensile strength. We can use this cord to set up a shelter. We can also use it for primitive fire as a bow drill string. We can use this for a trap underneath the water or set up snares. A lot of different things we can do with cordage like this, but that micro cord is great because it's strong, it's small, and this is approximately 10 feet around this small keeper right here that gives us an extra edge in survival. And so it behooves us to actually have a lot of cordage with us. And you'll notice there's a lot of cordage here, or at least different types of cordage, where we have the fishing line, the micro cord, and even the wire as cordage itself. Cordage is one of the hardest things to recreate, so we need to carry a lot of it in our kit. And that is the hat. All right, guys, that does it for this video, a down and dirty video on my survival hat today. I've got a bunch of garden beds and a chicken coop I've got to build, so I'm making it a short video today. I really appreciate you joining me for this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.